Our first guest is a woman of many talents. She is a film star, a recording artist, and an entrepreneur. This is her latest fragrance called Can Can. Take a look at this right there. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the lovely Paris Hilton. Paris. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
You look better than ever. Thank you so much for being here. How have you been? You all right?
Good. Good to be back in New York.
Yeah, good to have you here. How much time do you spend in New York City? A lot?
Not as often as I'd like.
Which do you prefer, New York City or Los Angeles?
I like both. I like the weather in LA better, but I love New York City.
New York City is exciting, though, isn't it?
I was born here, yeah.
Yeah, good for you. How'd you like being in jail?
That's how you start.
Not too much.
God, that was just a horrible thing. God, wasn't it horrible?
Yeah,
It was,
definitely.
and you know what? They locked up your friend Nicole. She was only in for a short period of time, wasn't she? Now, how can she was only in for like 45 minutes? How did that work? How can somebody only be in for 45 minutes?
I don't know.
Tell us what now, looking back on that experience, what have we learned? What can you tell us? What's different about you going forward as you look back?
Well, obviously it was a very traumatic experience.
God, was it? You know, I think
did it, so yeah. I feel like I can do anything
you
now.
can survive anything,
yes,
sure.
Definitely.
And I guess the food was just awful, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be good. It's jail.
Did you have three meals a day?
Yes.
Would you start with the breakfast?
Obviously.
What would the breakfast be?
Like a hard-boiled egg and an orange.
That's not bad. Hard-boiled egg and an orange. You can't go wrong there, honestly. Because you have your protein and you have some fruit there. That's pretty good. So you don't get scurvy. You don't want to get scurvy. And then lunch. What do we do for lunch?
Sandwich.
Sandwich? What kind of sandwich?
Just bologna.
Bologna.
Yeah.
How was the bologna? Was it okay?
I didn't eat it.
Didn't eat the bologna?
No.
All right, then is there like a mid-afternoon snack?
No.
No. Go right to dinner?
Yes.
Are you eating alone in your cell, or is it a common dining area?
I was always alone.
Alone in your cell. What was dinner usually?
Like jail mystery meat. I have no idea.
You see?
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. So of the three meals, I'm guessing that really the only thing you probably wanted to eat was the breakfast, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Did you lose a lot of weight while you were in prison?
No.
Really? What did you do to keep your energy up? To make sure you get plenty of nutrition?
Just sit-ups, working out.
Sit-ups.
There wasn't much to do. It was a 6x8 cell.
Yeah.
So.
It's just bizarre when you think about it, isn't it? That this was part of your life, that this actually happened to you, that you were in prison, for God's sakes?
I can't believe it either, but it's made me a stronger person.
Yeah.
So.
And what is it you did? Do you know what you did? I don't think I don't want to do that. It was something about driving with an invalid license, wasn't it? Yeah. And well, you learned your lesson. Do you drive now?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you go out, do you still use alcohol? Do you drink at all?
If I have a driver, no.
You have a driver. That's very important. If you're going to go out and you're going to have something to drink, you should have a designated driver.
Everyone should, definitely.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And do you have your friends treated you differently since you've been out of the slammer?
People think that I was really strong, that I went through it, so.
God, it was just ugly, wasn't it? Have you made?
But I've moved on with my life, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
I know. I appreciate that. See, now, this is where you and I are different, because this is all I want to talk about. Did you make any friends while you were in jail?
I'm not answering any more questions.
No more questions about
I'm
jail?
here for my clothing line and my movie and my perfume. I'm not here to talk about that.
But I would just say that a person in your position could serve now as, I think, an exemplary role model for youngsters. And there's a lot of trouble in the world for kids. They have to be very careful. And they see now what has happened to you, and it might occur to them, my gosh, if it happens to someone, you know, wealthy and famous and powerful, it might happen to me, so I better straighten my life out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And do you get correspondence like that from kids and teachers and clergymen and stuff?
I'm going on to the next question.
Okay.
I'm over it.
Yeah. But I would... Because in all seriousness now, this could be your legacy. This as a contribution to the young people of this country.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Somebody you met in prison? Because I know. No, we really should. I know. Well, I haven't seen you because you know what happened. The week that you were supposed to be on the show, you had to go away.